Hello, everyone, and welcome to episode 64 of the Ask Barry V Show. I'm Barry Vanover. This is my partner, Miles Baker. We want to start the show today by talking about a special that we put out, Thursday of last week, and this is Monday. We're filming this. And we've had a tremendous response, and that is our Business Maximizer special. So what we've done, if you haven't watched this online, or you haven't seen the information yet, is we have designed in the past, about 6 months ago, we designed an amazing consulting package program called Business Maximizer. And this is organized in a certain order and a certain timing of distribution so that the owner knows exactly what they're supposed to do with the information, in what order, and they have a timeline to get it done before the next information is sent to them. So it's a very, very organized business systems for the martial arts industry. Now, of course, these business systems, thousands of martial arts schools across the country have been running our business systems for years. And of course, the 85 premier martial arts studios that we currently have operate all of our systems. So this is information that would be crucial for a martial arts school to be successful. So what we did is we went to Studio Pro and we made an arrangement where we're combining Business Maximizer with Studio Pro software. So what you're getting both programs for the price of what most softwares cost. So Business Maximizer is only $199 a month for this special, and you get free business software, Studio Pro, free Studio Pro software for your martial arts school. So listen, we wanted 100 people to take us up on this deal. We've already had 53 people in 3 days take us up on this deal. So if you haven't seen what I'm talking about, it's worth your time to spend 3 or 4 minutes reviewing the information at the following website. And that is www.bizmaxspecial.com. bizmaxspecial.com. I'm sure you won't be sorry for going to this and reading through this information, because what better to get the consulting information you need to be successful and free software to track your progress, set your goals, hold you accountable, and manage your entire business. That's a pretty amazing deal. Okay, so let's go ahead and jump right into our questions today, Mr. Baker.
First question this week comes from Scott D. He asks, in episode 25, you mentioned $195 down and 12 payments of $125 per month. Does that mean the first payment they make is $320? If not, when do you collect the first payment?
Okay, so what we do is we collect the down payment, the $195, immediately, and that's the charge that is ran on the parent's or the student's credit card, if you will, that day that they sign up. And then what we do with the monthly payment is we try to schedule the monthly payment within the same month. So unless you're dealing with the last week of the month, we'll schedule that payment for the same exact month. And even if it's the beginning, even if it's Monday and the last day is Friday, we'll schedule the first payment to hit that Wednesday or Thursday in the agreement and put it in the membership, put it in the software so it hits 3 or 4 days later. It's just one of those things. Is the family spending $320 on the down payment and the first month tuition that week? Yes. The same month? Yes. The same week? Yes. But it just doesn't look like it when they're giving you the $195 down and then you're charging them the $125 later on in the month or later on in the week. So that's the technical answer of what we do. But Mr. D, I would take it a step further, is don't forget we sell an equipment package to them that day also. So we're getting the down payment that day, we're selling the equipment package that day, and we're getting the first month tuition that month or that week sometime. Okay. Now, how we do that's a little more detailed of how we sell the equipment package, but the equipment package is the easiest thing you'll ever sell, and it adds to the overall experience of a family signing up for martial arts lessons. So if you want more information on that, you can contact us and we'll try to help you with that.
You know, we actually had an instance pretty similar. I understand what he's asking, but I wanted to add on. At my school, I had a program director sign somebody up, and they had not a mistake, but they had made the payment date almost 30 days from when they signed up. So did he get it within you said within the month, and I wanted to clarify, even if it's August 25th, you would like to get it as soon within August if possible,
28th.
as soon as possible.
Yeah.
And not only for your benefit and your finances, but also at the end of the membership, if you allowed people to go, say 30 days, they signed up on the 1st and their payment is the 1st of the next month, what happens is they still sometimes think they're paying for 30 days of training and not paying off the balance. So they may have a payment the day before, the week before their expiration date.
Right.
And so
or,
they're not
or 3 or 4 weeks later, they have another payment.
Yeah,
and
so they're not going to remember that 6 months, 12 months, 3 years later, and they're going to say, "Hey, we expired next week. Why did I just get charged today?" And then you have to go back and remind them.
Or worse, is our membership ended? I thought we were done, and you guys took one more
Another payment. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Nobody likes that feeling. Even though you are correct, it's still going to leave a bad taste in their mouth.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And always best to handle those types of things up front than
Absolutely.
at the very
end.
You know?
Absolutely. Our next question comes from Mac D. He asks, when you visit a public school class, how do you get the students to show up at your school to sign them up?
Okay. Oh, he's gone into guest PE or he's gone into individual teachers class and he's done a school talk. How do you get them to sign them up? How do you get them to show up at your school?
Yeah.
One, have a great presentation. Don't Mickey Mouse that and go in there and just goof around. Have a well-scripted, motivating, exciting presentation. Have a really good call to action. Our call to action is you're going to get a chance, all you kids, to take your first lesson today. At Premier Martial Arts, it takes 2 lessons during your white belt. You're taking your first lesson today. And if you guys have fun and keep your eyes on my eyes when we're talking and try your very best, I'm going to give you this special card that I'm going to hand out at the end of the class today. And this card is going to allow you to come to our school. This coming Saturday at 10 a.m., you're going to be taking your second lesson. All you guys are going to get a free martial arts uniform. You're going to earn your first martial arts belt. You're going to break a real board in front of your mom and dad, so make sure they're there with you. Then we're going to have a pizza party. That's it. Man, now that's a call to action. Some kids are coming because they feel like a bunch of the other kids got excited and they're coming. So it's the thing to do. They don't want to miss out. Some kids are coming for the free uniform to earn their belt. Some kids are coming because they want to break the real board. Mm-hmm. And I'm sure there's a couple kids there just for free pizza, right? It doesn't matter. Whatever it takes to get them there to your school to rock out the second presentation. You know, school started here in the South and a lot of our premier martial arts schools are already killing the mass intros. I saw Aaron Hensley in Augusta, Georgia. Their schools, they did some crazy, signed up 19 students. 19 students this past Saturday morning in one of his schools signed up. Guys, 19 students in 1 month, that's almost life-changing, man. Yeah. Your billing check's going up. You got a ton of people coming up in the next 6 weeks to upgrade to higher level training programs. And he did that all. And you know what? I don't even think they went into the public schools to get those people. They did our Facebook marketing to get those students to show up at that event on Saturday mornings. Josh Smith in Paducah, Kentucky.
That was his
signed up.
First one, I think.
First Mass Central ever did. Now, this one was just a buddy event. He didn't advertise it on Facebook. He hasn't been in the public school system. He invited all of his students to come to a special event. The only thing they had to do is bring a friend with them. And they did our ABCs of goal setting for concentration. Wait a minute. Totally butchered that. We call it the ABCs of success.
Yep.
Goal setting through board breaking. He did that presentation and signed up 8 new students last Saturday morning, his first attempt.
Yeah.
And I could go on and on about the clients that have mass intros on the weekends and totally kill it.
But we've seen clients or school owners that can get into the school system and didn't know how to get them back to their school.
Yeah, we were just talking about this last week with somebody.
Yeah. Or they can get them to their school, but they don't know how to sign them up. So it's a 3-part thing.
Yeah.
You got to get into the school. You got to get them to show up at your school, and you got to know how to sign them up.
Know how to sign them up. Absolutely. And listen, guys, don't go into a public school and miss out on that opportunity. If you can get into the public school to see individual teacher classes or be guest P instructor, know your systems well. Financially, it's too great for your business to just go in there, say hi to everybody, and pass out a business card to all the kids or a schedule or something. You got to do it right. It'll make a huge difference on your bottom line.
That's right. Next question comes from Von K. He says, I love your Asbury V show. I think it is one of the best business resources out there. Thanks for doing it, and I hope you keep it up.
Awesome.
Question. I'm getting ready for back to school, and I've heard you talk about working with your local PTAs in the past. Can you give me some direction how best to do this?
Okay. Very smart. You absolutely should work with your local PTAs. So sometimes you can't work with the elementary school itself, but you can work with the PTAs. Okay. Now, one thing you need to know is, one, gather your information. Make a list of all your elementary schools that support your market. Find out by either going on a website or making some phone calls to the schools, who are the presidents and the vice presidents of all your local PTA chapters. Okay, get that organized, because we can't give it to you here, but I mean, for us, we have certain emails that go out at the beginning of the year to introduce ourselves, right? We have certain emails that go out talking about different fundraiser ideas. So the next thing you want to understand is, most PTAs in the country have about an 8-week window at the beginning of the year that they can do fundraising. And they're not really allowed to do any fundraising that's not during that 8 weeks. So you want to jump on this at the very beginning of school, because you want to fall into their fundraising time. And then some fundraisers that we, like I said, we have emails that explain it and artwork and so forth. But let's go over, we have 3 different ones. I'll start with one. You can do another one. One would be your school talks. Let's say you're having trouble getting into the public school to be guest PE instructor. How about going through the PTA, setting up a fundraiser where they get you in to be the guest PE instructor? You do our normal mass intro systems. You hand the cards out and invite the PTA president or vice president to be at your school that Saturday morning. And every kid from that school that comes in to your mass intro, you're going to donate $10 to the PTA. Now, $10. Let's say there's 30 kids show up. That's $300 donating to the PTA. And that's a pretty good sum for PTA fundraiser, right? Also, maybe it's a little more. Maybe it's $15. It doesn't matter, man. I would pay $300 plus give away another $300 in uniforms to have 30 kids standing there, because I know I'm going to sign up 15 of them, right? So that's a first fundraiser. What's another fundraiser idea we use?
The fall festivals. So a lot of times they do fall festivals and the fundraising, or game nights, or whatever they call it. But we always say, people ask what's the best promotional booth? Where's the best place to be? The best promotional booths are because it's the marketable elementary school. They're right there. Their parents are there because it's in the evening, versus PE talks. You're there when they're in school. You don't see the parents. So you're most likely seeing the parents and the kids. And making sure that but you have to, what are you providing? PTA, they're only going to let you in because you're raising funds, or if you're going to come to a fall festival because you are part of the entertainment and the value to get the families excited to come in. Because a lot of times they're buying tickets, right? And they come by.
Parents appreciate that you show up supporting the school.
Yeah.
You may be trying to pitch something or sell something, but you're still there making the event exciting.
Yeah. So the best promotional booth you can have is a fall festival. So you want to make sure that you can get into those and make sure that you get in early, because maybe they only let one martial arts school in.
That's true.
And you want to keep, and if you want to maintain that relationship year in and year out. So they almost depend on you. What are some things you can do to make sure it's good? You want to make sure that you have mascots. That's the first thing to take to a fall festival. Make sure that you have a fun, exciting presentation. You can do 3-minute and 5-minute little mini intros with kids right there and promote your mass intro, their second lesson.
The card to come Saturday morning.
You can, of course, do your spin wheels, whether they're digital spin wheels or real spin wheels, and give out different forms of lessons, instant prizes, and things like that. So make sure that you're on your A game on what kind of value you can provide to the PTA to even let you in. So that's important.
Another fundraiser idea would be your free community events. So let's say you're going to do a Karate for Concentration workshop at your school, at your premier martial arts school, or the name of your martial arts school. Well, you go to the PTA, you show them the flyer, and for our clients, we have example flyers where you could put your logo on it, and the elementary school's mascot or logo with the PTA. And what they're doing is they're promoting the event for you. So you're going to say, listen, I'm going to host, here's the fundraiser idea. I'm going to host an amazing workshop called Karate for Concentration. Here's a copy of it to view and watch. It's full of great information to help the kids make straight A's in school, keep them focused, make them better, all through the theme of martial arts. I'm going to print the flyers and provide how many ever flyers you need. Miss PTA, you are going to make sure these flyers get disseminated through the elementary school. You're going to make sure that this flyer and this information gets emailed to all the families as an official PTA fundraiser event. And you show up and you come that Saturday morning, and we're going to charge $10 for every kid that comes to this event. and it's going to be a donation to the PTA. You stand there, you collect the money, we'll rock out the presentation. Another fundraiser idea that we do is Parents Night Out. Having a Parents Night Out just for that elementary school. And again, letting the PTA, just like you did the Karate for Concentration, letting the PTA president promote it within the elementary school. She shows up, she collects the $20 for the 5-hour event. Yes, you're working 5 hours for free. You're not getting the $20 per child for your 5-hour Parents Night Out. That's true. But look how many leads you're gathering. Plus, you're inviting all those kids to the next Saturday's mass intro. And the school loves you because you helped them raise a lot of money. And you could do all of these fundraiser ideas with the PTA lady. Seems like there was another one we used, but man, that's enough. We gave enough amazing, awesome, free information right there.
Last question for this week comes from Tim L. He says, I feel like my school is losing students. How can I keep my students active in coming to class?
Well, the worst thing I heard is I feel like my school is losing students. If you're keeping good attendance tracking and keeping up with that, you should know for a positive if you're growing every month or week or if you're shrinking every month, right? So there should be no, I feel like I'm losing students. So again, bizmaxspecial.com, check out and go to yourstudiopro.com, check out that amazing software, get our consulting all for the same price of $199 a month. So he's talking about losing students.
Yeah, how can I keep them active and coming to class?
Okay, so let's just start from the beginning. Is make sure you look at how your classes are taught. If you need to come to bring you and your instructors to one of our instructor colleges, the next opportunity is October 5th, 6th, and 7th at our National Training Center in Knoxville, Tennessee. All you guys are invited. You can go to mamgsym.com and register your team for our instructor college. So make sure your instructors are well trained. Make sure they're rocking out those classes. Those are the most exciting classes, not only of any martial arts school in your area, but that's one of the most exciting things this kid will do in a given week. He loves your school because your classes rock. Take a look at your curriculum and make sure you're not bombarding these students with too much information, man. Too much information. Schools are requiring a kata per belt rank still in the 21st century. Some schools 2 katas per belt level. And then plus all the other stuff they have to learn. The curriculum's bogging them down so the people get frustrated and they quit. And then finally, track your attendance and take action on that information. Track your attendance in your software. Be able to run on Wednesdays a non-attendance list of people that haven't showed up so far. And be able to text them a text message one week to remind them to come later in the week. Be able to send them an email from your software. And then sometimes if those didn't work in 3 weeks later, pick up the phone and do a personal phone call. Used to we had to make phone calls all the time, every week, and then we'd send them a postcard on Saturdays. Well, nowadays with Studio Pro, we could just hit buttons and text everybody and send emails, and we could do a written card if we had to, and we wanted to, or just pick the phone up and say, man, where are you guys? Because that's important to let them know you care. And it might be that little mental reminder or information to get them back on track. Because my belief is once a student's not been there for 3 weeks or more, they've really quit. You got to rescue them and go get them.
Yeah. And to add to that, I would say have a qualified person come in and evaluate your classroom floor. It's so hard to see what's going on when you're inside, right?
Well, because you hear your instructors teach. You're teaching. Maybe the owner, maybe he needs the instructor training. He's not quite sure what his staff's supposed to do. But they feel like things are good. And here's the number one biggest mistake owners make. And I want you to understand where I'm coming from. They mistake quality martial arts for good classes.
Right, yeah.
Okay, now that's so important. This might be the worth hanging out at the very end of this conversation. They mistake quality martial arts for great classes. Look, you can have some serious quality techniques and skill in your martial arts, but your classes can still be boring and suck. Vice versa, we've been to schools where they had some really bad curriculum and students weren't even that great, but the energy was high. Those students were happy because it was rocking. So don't confuse the two. We want great quality curriculum in martial arts and awesome taught, exciting martial arts classes.
And our Leaders Edge clients get free school visits. So
that's right. If you check out our Leaders Edge program, I think that's leadersedgementoring.com. And with that, you get a free visit from us for 3 days to check out and help review your school. Hey, but right now, the really important thing, and you know, we're never too salesy on the Ask Barry V show. Sometimes we don't mention anything, right? And this is free community service. We're giving out great information for nothing. But I really want you to go to BizMax, BIZMAX special.com. And I want you to read through that, because nobody in the martial arts industry has ever offered that level of consulting with free software for that price. And I guarantee you it's going to change your school. There's no way it's not going to take your school to the next level, period. And you know what? Money's not a price anymore. Before, we're $1,000. Somebody calls, they want to talk, they want to work with us. We're like, wow, we can only work with so many people. It costs $1,000. Yep. $199, they get to learn our information and get consulting, and they get free software with that. So check it out. All right, guys. Thank you guys so much.